My neighbors sued me for $50,000 after their son climbed my fence, beat my elderly dog with a stick, and got bitten. Now, they are the ones being investigated. My neighbors, the Walkers, are suing me for $50,000 because their son Brody climbed my 6-foot fence and got bitten by my elderly retriever Rosie after hitting her with a stick. They filed the lawsuit 3 weeks ago, claiming that I keep a vicious animal that attacked their innocent child unprovoked. The truth is, Brody has been terrorizing the neighborhood for 2 years while his parents sit inside drinking wine and scrolling their phones. Every day around 4 p.m., this kid runs wild through everyone's yards, throws rocks at windows, pulls up flowers, and screams at anyone who asks him to stop. His parents' response is always, "Kids will be kids," or "He's just expressing himself." Last month, Brody killed my neighbor Ellen's chickens with a baseball bat. The Walkers offered her $20 and said she shouldn't keep livestock in a residential area. The incident with Rosie happened on a Thursday afternoon. I was inside making dinner when I heard Rosie yelping in the backyard. I ran out to find Brody inside my fenced yard, cornering my 12-year-old arthritic dog with a branch he'd broken off my apple tree. Rosie was cowering against the shed, trembling, while this kid jabbed at her face. When I yelled at him to stop, he turned and said, "Shut up, ugly," and went back to poking Rosie. That's when Rosie finally snapped at him, catching his forearm. Not a serious fight, just enough to make him drop the stick and start wailing. His mother, Angela, came running out screaming that I'd trained my dog to attack children, threatening to have Rosie put down, saying they'd own my house when they were done with me. His father, Justin, took photos of the small puncture marks on Brody's arm while telling me I was going to pay for traumatizing their baby. They never asked why Brody was in my yard or what happened to upset Rosie. The lawsuit claimed Brody was innocently retrieving a ball when my unrestrained aggressive animal attacked through the fence. They included medical bills for the emergency room visit, future therapy costs for Brody's trauma, and pain and suffering. They also demanded Rosie be euthanized as a dangerous animal. What they didn't know was that I'd installed security cameras 2 months earlier after Brody broke my garden gnomes. The footage showed everything. Brody using a ladder from his garage to climb my fence, him spending 12 minutes chasing Rosie around the yard, hitting her 5 times with the stick before she finally defended herself. It also showed his parents on their patio the entire time, watching him carry the ladder to my fence and doing nothing. The court date was yesterday. They'd coached Brody to look sad and small, dressed him in a little suit with his arm in a sling even though the bite had healed weeks ago. Their lawyer started strong, describing how their gentle, curious child had suffered a vicious attack that would scar him emotionally forever. He presented medical records showing the bite required 3 stitches and antibiotics. He called Angela to testify about Brody's nightmares, his new fear of dogs, and how he wouldn't play outside anymore. She sobbed through her testimony, saying I'd robbed her baby of his innocence. Then it was my lawyer's turn. First, he played the security footage. The entire courtroom watched Brody methodically terrorize Rosie, while his parents sat 30 feet away, clearly visible in the frame, Angela laughing at something on her phone while Brody beat my dog with a stick. Next, he submitted veterinary records showing Rosie needed pain medication and antibiotics for the welts Brody left on her face and back. He included her arthritis diagnosis, proving she could barely walk, let alone attack anyone. Then came the evidence they didn't expect. My lawyer had subpoenaed emergency room records from the past 2 years. Brody had been treated 14 times for injuries sustained while unsupervised. A broken wrist from jumping off a roof, burns from playing with matches, cuts from breaking into a construction site, poisoning from drinking cleaning products he found under someone's sink. Each incident report noted parents weren't present when the injury occurred. Child Services had investigated the Walkers 3 times. The judge asked Justin directly where he was when Brody climbed my fence. Justin said he assumed Brody was playing safely in their yard. The judge then pointed to the video timestamp showing Justin on the patio, watching Brody carry the ladder. Justin went silent. The judge asked Angela if she considered teaching Brody not to hurt animals. Angela said dogs should be trained to tolerate children. The judge asked if she thought 12 minutes of eating constituted tolerance. Angela just stared at her hands. The judge dismissed their lawsuit with prejudice, meaning they can't refile, but he wasn't done. He referred their case to Child Protective Services for criminal neglect and stated that their own evidence demonstrated a pattern of endangerment. He recommended Brody be evaluated for behavioral intervention. Then he looked at them and said, "You came here hoping to profit from your own failure to parent. Instead, you've documented it for the state." The Walkers left without a word. Rosie's doing better now, though she still flinches when children walk by our fence.